Rikers Island Correctional Facility. Gangs, Latin Kings, Gangster Disciples. Today we're going to get into a story that took place on Rikers Island C95 with me and a gangster disciple, and how friends can wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and if you're not aware how the next man is feeling about situations in jail settings, it can cost you your life maybe. Let's get right into it here on the Lockout. Bam! So we in Rikers Island, right? I'm in C95. This was way back, bro. Like, disciples were not even like, it was super rare. It was super unheard of, right? So, as always, I spend a lot of my time around my peoples, but anybody that knows me from jail or prisons or anywhere, most of my friends were from a different nationality. Like, I got along with everybody. If you was a real good dude, I didn't care what you was or who you was. I wasn't on that type of time all the time, right? So, this brother comes in. He's cool. Me and him start getting along. And it's funny, right? Well, actually, it wasn't funny at all, but I guess we can laugh at it now. Because something similar happened to me twice. One on the dark side, well, actually, on the cell side. On the cell side, because the cells is there's a dark side and a light side. But on the project, should I say, then on the light side, where the cells at in C95. So I become friends with this guy. We politic every day, bro. He's telling me about things about Chicago and things like that. And I found it super interesting, right? Because at that point, like I said, it wasn't a lot of disciples, or I really never came in contact with them. I just heard about them, right? You hear about them all over the place on the news or in some of people's paperwork from their gang. Facts. So he was telling me like so many stories, how people would get touched out there, how the rules was out there, you know, and I would kick it with him and then go back with my peoples and take care of whatever I was doing, right? At that time. So all the time, he never had a problem. Like, he'll be like right behind us because he stood around me a lot. And I always wonder, like, is he just paying attention because he's not sleeping? Because remember, this is at a time where the whole jail is like Nieta, Kings, Dominicans were already like coming into somewhat play, but there was a lot of Dominican kings. Like, there was more Dominican kings than anything at times. Facts. You know, like, as far as like from any other nation or organization, like the kings had like a few Dominicans, bro, that was popping hard. So, never glorifying, just telling a story, you know how we do, so that you don't end up in any situation that I might have or any other one of us, right? So he always was like around. When I looked to the side, I'm like, yo, what up, what's popping? So you know how dudes be, the other of my peoples and friends were like, yo, why you F with that dude, bro? Sign about that dude, sign about him. But I kind of knew that he was mad in the house, like he was uncomfortable because there was a lot of kings, nietas like that, and it was like, yo, I got you. And he slept like right around us, and he didn't understand nothing. And I know it could probably be annoying if you don't speak Latin. So anyway, I'm going to get into what happened with him. Because unfortunately, he got washed up like real bad. Like, Facts. So you know the projects, dudes, your ribs be clapping. They be on the gate like this. See, oh, I'm starving. Hello. I want some food. I want some food, right? You be ready to get your eat on. Boom. He never said nothing, bro. Like, never. It was like, yo, what up, boom? So one morning, little by little, I could see he was like, yo, my dude, if he does that, the next time I get on the line, I'm rocking him. But remember, he got a boom. He got a hula hoop on his head, yeah? He like bobbly. You feel me? Like, he bandaged up. So I want to make sure, like, if I hit him, because you could rock a dude, bing, bop, so hard that you could break him. Like, you could body him, bro, with a punch. My dude, you seen I posted, like, dudes, boo, and dudes murk. They're not here no more. So I always was aware of that because I'm going to hit him with a stiff one, bing, because I was already aware. So I said, yo, I'm going to hit him, maka, and he's going to drop. You feel me? So anyway, homie decides that morning he want to be like, oh, I go to the bro. Yo, it's popping, you heard? At that, I'm just telling the story in hopes that you don't end up like us, you heard? So he's like, yo, what's up, B? I'm saying, what's up, bro? Every day you coming and you just skipping me in front of the line. You know what I'm saying? I try not to say nothing. Boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom. Oh, snap, boom, bop, bop. See, yo, get me up. Yo, come here. Because the sneakers, you hear it. Yo, manito. Dudes are jumping over bed. Yo, boom, pop, boom, pop, boom, pop. Oh, see, yo. Stop. I'm giving you an order. Stop. Boom, boom, boom. I'm rocking them. Now, you know, in the projects, homie, the CO could just look through the door and you done. Pin. You're going down. So I said, I might as well keep rocking him because he ran to the back. You know how the back is a door? Like, instead of running forward, he ran back. Like, so I'm like, oh, he gonna get busy. So he tried. Boom, boom. He slipped. Once he slipped, you know, the floor. I said, ping, pop, boom, boom. Still in all. I got him, you know, the burgundy door. I'm boom, boom, boom. But, homie, the people's just ganged up on him, like flooded him. Boom, boom. Now he's like, oh, now the bandage. The band came on. Whoa. I grabbed it. I'm like, I got you. Nah, I didn't grab it. Yo, dude say, yo, this dude's amazing. Nah, I didn't grab it, homie. So, the bandage came off his head, though. Boom, pop. It flew. Now he's like, I'm like, oh, snap, son, look funny. But at the same token, I was like, yo, that's it. Y'all chill. Yo, stop. Get off of him. Now I'm trying to get him off of him. Because it was a point in my life where I started thinking, because I already had the incident that I said in the story a long time ago. My man that was black, but he was Nieta. His name was Ghost. Him and Bam grabbed homeboy. And when he fell, when I dropped him, boo, they grabbed him, kicked him, boo. And his head hit them, this little metal thing. Anyway, he started gushing, shh. And I almost caught an attempt, bro. And I wasn't even the one that kicked them. Facts. Google it, homie. It was crazy, bro. So that always played in my head. Like, yo, watch the way not only you put your hands on somebody thinking out of anger, but everybody that's gonna rain on them after that. So I wasn't really with too much with the raining thing. Like, yo, there's no need to jump them because that looks bad. That looks like abuse. And I was against anything that represented that. You feel me? So my dude, he was twisted, bro. So my whole thing was that all that could have been avoided. Like, now as I think about it, if he would have just told me, yo, homie, not for nothing, but in the mornings or when you go eat chow, whatever, like, yo, stop. Like, your people's holding your spot. Or I guess he felt like I was being slick and they on the line. Then I just come out of nowhere. And I'm just saying that in hope so you don't do it. Because that line to get the food, me and you are going to die. And that same line is still going to be lower. Everybody gets online. And there's always a group of people that think that they could eat first or that their man is going to hold that spot for them. Like, yo, I'm coming. Yeah, but when you come, you need to go to the back because there's dudes behind you like, yo, homie. But there's some dudes that don't mind. I'll be like, yo, big man, I still used to try to have respect. Even though I really could have deboed it like I used to. But as I started growing up, I started being like, yo, what's wrong? Like, you wouldn't like it done to you. You feel me? So I started being like, yo, do you... Nah, go ahead, go ahead. But some people probably wanted to tell you, nah, it's just like, y'all deep or whatever. So I got that part. And I always say, I don't want to look abusive with mines. I want mines to be known like, while war's here, they carry themselves with a respect that no outsider could reach. And that was that. Like, meant what I said. You feel me? And what it is. So I try to alleviate as I got older from the clownery, you know, and the hypocrite parts of situations. But that stood out to me, bro. And I think about him from time to time because he wasn't a bad dude, bro. It's just that, you know, in the morning, people wake up with anger or whatever, and I guess he was holding on to that. But that was my recollection of my little friend, bro, that was involved. That's what he told me. You know, a lot of people got loose lips and they make up stories. Like, yeah, I was down with this gang, with that gang. And that could actually get you really hurt. Because then there might be one or two that's really that. And if they G-check you and you don't know nothing, it's a wrap for you. So if you're not involved in nothing, it's best that you keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I'm going to be real. In them years, he picked the wrong gang to tell me he was down with. But me being who I was, I still made him my friend when I wasn't supposed to really. Or it was a thing like, yo, don't F with him. Like, he can stay here, but don't F with him. And I was like, nah, son, it's cool though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed me different, but I guess me being amongst the other people and his dislike for them, I guess, made it trickle to me, being that he saw always that people was around me. Yo, war. And I guess he thought like I get more points with this one, but damn, homie, why you do that? I liked you, bro. With the bandage and all, like you was cool, pa. Like, it's just crazy, man. But you lose friends and good relationships off your beliefs and the way you carry it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And I knew he wasn't gonna like it. And then, especially if dudes are saying stuff like, you know, other gangs and other organizations, they spitting stuff that's disrespectful to another dude's beliefs and not knowing that he's there or that he's that, and you hearing it, you know? So I would be like, yo, chill, bro. Like, yo, homie, chill, out of respect for him. Like, he slept right next to me. Like, it's a different type of vibe when a dude sleep right next to you. Like, somebody could be like, yo, I would never have spoken to him. Leave in the comments if you would have spoke to him. Or if you think, nah, you just buns, war. Nah, it's nothing like that. It's just the fact that he slept right next to me. Like, when our ribs hollered together. We was both hungry. When I pulled out from the bucket, I split it with him like, yo, here, because he was right next to me, and that's my mom's. If anything she taught me is you share and you don't deny nobody food, don't matter what color they are. So I share mine, you know? And I took a bond to him on the island, man. And I wish that our friendship didn't have ended that way. You feel me? But Rikers Island Correctional Facility would do it to you, homie. It'll make you a believer. You feel me? And it'll make you do things that you never thought that you would do to another human being. Look at some of these dudes. Like I said the other day, the story with the guy that walked in, boom. And everybody acts like they not with certain situations till he walked in, and he played both sides of the fence. I mean it like he liked women and he liked men. And he thought, and dudes were like, yo, let me see, huh? And these are thugs. And like, yo, do it again. And I didn't find that funny. Like, that's not even funny, homie. You know, like, I don't know, man. But I seen that as I had a lesson. You know, but a lot of things happen in life, man, that you wish never happened. And you see a lot of things that you wish you never seen, because it affects your mind, you know, and you could think that it doesn't play a part in like the way you are now, but it does. It really does. You know, but shout out to him, man. Shout out to anybody that's in that gang or whatever. I hope that you don't see color when you talk to another person or a flag. We never promoting gang or gang violence, but if you must be in a gang, like understand banging for a cause or banging because it's a difference. It's a different bang. And when you understand the difference between them two bangs, you're going to understand the difference between being a child or a real man. Thank you for tuning in to On The Lockout. We got more stories coming up, more Rikers Island stories. Every day we're doing a whole lot of things on the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I did this one real short because I'm in the process of plugging something in because it's hot as in here. Facts. On The Lockout. You already know. I love y'all and I'm grateful. Stay tuned. Subscribe, share, send it to your cousins, your uncle, send it to Chi-Town, send it all over the world. I love y'all. On The Lockout, baby. Let's go.